Hello, Waterville. I hope you are enjoying your Christmas break so far, and we have some great books coming up for you, and we're going to start with The Principals, Night Before Christmas. All right, The Principals, Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the town, all the students and teachers had settled right down. The school parties and pageants had ended their run, and the stress was all gone now that break had begun. But poor Principal Swell still had so much to do that when Christmas Eve came, he was in quite a stew. There were forms to fill out for state-mandated testing, plus some standardized ovals to darken, no jesting. And he'd promised to fix Miss Schmidt's PC workstation while custodian Carl was in Guam on vacation. Then the bus routes were giving him headaches galore, for the school board had told him he'd better explore a much faster trip to the Vandertrap home, where dear Rachel's sweet mama stood right by the phone. To report that the bus had once more arrived late, and the stress this caused Rachel one dared not debate. And another bus driver had threatened she'd quit because Peter Dermott continued to spit. And to scream and to pout and to bully small kids and to make some girls faint when he flipped his eyelids. But young Peter's parents had threatened they'd sue when the driver had chastised their boy, for they knew he was truly an angel. They'd said it before in at least 16 meetings in grades 3 and 4. Mr. Swell had to map out a plan over break that would bring resolution for everyone's sake. Sounds like he has a lot of work to do. And he'd promised to work out some field trip details so the third graders' trip to see mantas and whales at the zoo's new exhibit would continue as planned, even though he'd been told that all field trips were banned by the superintendent, Mr. Donald S. Late, who proclaimed just last week that the risks were too great. So after his own kids were tucked in at 8, the good principal raced off to school to create just as many solutions as could ever be mustered. Oh, he sat deep in thought, but soon found him flustered by the jingle of bells, the alarm losing power, and a jolly voice questioning, "School at this hour? I just sent the teachers all home from the mall, and it seems I'm now paying their bosses a call." Well, I have a few words that I want you to hear. Your devotion to children and teachers bring cheer to the big heart of Santa who knows what is true, and this school district's lucky it's held onto you. Now, I've seen the McDermotts, I've checked out the zoo, and I made the elves darken those ovals for you. All the rest we managed, completed or fixed. It's a promise to count on, it's one of St. Nick's. Go on now, my friend, Santa said with a wink, and before Mr. Swell even knew what to think, that lively professor had boarded his bus, and it took to the air without making much fuss. His eyes were a-twinkling as the bus flew on past, but his voice rang with strength as he shouted at last, "Merry Christmas to principals, holiday cheer, for they make Santa proud every day of the year." All right, I hope you enjoyed The Principals, Night Before Christmas. Don't forget to take a test.